Hey everyone, it's Missy here. Thank you so much for joining me. So in today's video, I just have an update about life. So for those of you who are new, hi, hello, thank you so much for joining me. This isn't going to be any kind of diet, keto, weight loss kind of talk. This is mostly just going to be catching everybody up on what's been happening in my life. I think the last time we talked, I mentioned that the remodel was going to start. I honestly don't remember. I probably should have rewatched that video, but oh well, didn't. So our bathroom remodel started on the 15th. So we had a motel room from Monday the 14th until yesterday. Excuse me, which was Friday the 18th. And we had Roxy and we stayed at a hotel. The whole reason we stayed at a hotel because we knew it'd be loud and they would be jackhammering and stuff. Unfortunately, they found an issue when they were jackhammering into the foundation. We were going to have our shower pan inset. That way we could have a curbless shower. But it looks like we're going to have to figure something else out. We'll know on Monday. But if you didn't know, we are redoing our master bath. Number one, it's the last room in the house that needed to be redone. Number two, we're also making it wheelchair accessible because of a genetic disease I have that causes the ligaments in my spinal canal to calcify. So they're basically hardening and squeezing in on the spinal cord and the nerves around it. So that we're making it wheelchair accessible. And I have been filming. I was going to film one video and then film another one. I've just decided I'll film it all at one time. That way I can show you befores and afters. I can talk to you about how it went, just all of that. So we'll do that in a different video in the next couple of months. And the reason why is because I've just been too flippin' stressed to even sit down and think about doing it. So in December, like the 28th, my neurologist who was retiring called me and told me she thought she misdiagnosed me. And so it kind of started this whole need to retest, to go through all the retesting. One of the tests that they ordered is called a single fiber nerve conduction study. So for those of you who've been with me since 2017, you know just how effing painful that nerve conduction study was. It is awful. It's awful. It's so awful. They literally take a needle that's 3 to 4 inches long, they insert it into the muscle, and then they stimulate the muscle to hear how they talk. So yesterday I had that done. I knew going in that it would be painful. I mean, I was dreading it. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do it. I was dreading it. But I didn't just realize, sorry, I'm putting on lotion. My hands are dry. I didn't realize just how awful it was really going to be. So the last time I had this done, it was by the neurologist that retired, and she just went in my arm, and that was painful enough. But the neurologist who did the test yesterday, she started cleaning my forehead, and she's like, okay, we're going to do your forehead. And I said, what? For 30 minutes yesterday, this neurologist stuck a needle into my forehead 4 different times. Well, in 4 different spots, not 4 different times. And for 30 minutes, I literally had to raise and lower my eyebrows. And she poked the needle in my head. And if I'd known she was going to do that, I wouldn't have been able to go. Or I would have asked to be sedated or something because it was rough. It was rough and it was painful. And bless her heart, she kept apologizing. She's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, do you want to stop? I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to have to do this ever again in my life. So get what you need to get. So she did it in my head, and then she moved to my arm, and that was a complete cluster F. She couldn't really get anything because I've had so much nerve damage in my arms from the OPLL. She's like, your nerves have already started regenerating. So if you didn't know, your nerves will regenerate. They can heal, like they'll come back. That's why rhizotomy, like I had that rhizotomy in my lower back where they went in and basically burned the nerves. It's like 5 to 7 years because they will eventually grow back. And she said that since I have so much nerve damage, she's not really able to get a read and know if it's something that's like MG or something like that, or if it is just nerve damage. So that was a big it almost made it feel like the test wasn't worth it. Like doing the test again wasn't worth it because she wasn't able to get anything. I did have blood work taken again. One of them already came back, and it's the CK test. It basically tells you if you have long-term muscle damage from a disease, so muscular dystrophy, an autoimmune disease or something like that. And my numbers came back in the low end of normal, but they're normal, so praise Jesus for that. And they sent off the rest of my blood work to the Mayo Clinic, and we already know that my RA didn't show up in the blood work the first year and a half. So I don't know about this either. It didn't show up the first time either. So we'll just have to wait and see. I see the new neurologist on the 8th of January. No, March. And I am trying to keep an open mind. I'm trying to I've been writing down all of my symptoms. Out of 15 of them, 12 of them also point to MS. So I'm trying not to put the cart before the horse, and I'm trying to go into this appointment with an open mind and just hear what she has to say. I have zero, I feel like I don't have any trust in this establishment anymore, and I don't even know. My nurse who does my infusions mentioned that I could also check out MD Anderson if I didn't want to go to the Mayo Clinic in Austin. And I was like, they do more than cancer? And he said, yeah, they do. So that may also be a route I take. I'm going to speak to not only this neurologist, but also my primary care physician about genetic testing. I think I talked about that in the last video. I just feel like at this point, we might as well. Just figure out, what the fuck is wrong with me. Can we just do that? Can we just figure out what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't want to do this again. It was so fucking devastating to get that phone call. And I'm still feeling the effects 2 months later. Because it's for those of you who were around in 2017, that was the worst year of my life. And to go from doctor to doctor who are like, no, you're fine, nothing's wrong with you, it's all in your head, you're fat, so you just want to lose your job and stay home, to finally having someone who saw something and had the answer, and to have that ripped away and have to do all this shit again is just complete devastation. I don't know how else to describe it. And it's not just me either. Rob has to go through it again too. And he felt so helpless yesterday because I had him go with me because I just needed him there. And he's like, I'm so sorry that, and I was like, just having you there just helped so much because I knew he was there and I knew that, he was there, and that's what I needed. So I am absolutely terrified that this is going to be something that's worse. That we've wasted 4.5 years treating the wrong thing, or this treatment has caused something to be worse. It's been a struggle. And this last week has been so stressful with, trying to get into the hotel, paying for 2 extra nights just so we would be able to check in early and check out late. It's been a huge financial strain on us, and it's just I need a break. I need a break in the worst way. But yeah, other than that, my eating has been awful. We were in a hotel, so I just ate whatever I wanted. I still can't binge, which is good. I can't overeat, but I can sure eat what isn't right. What isn't good, right? That causes my blood sugar to be elevated. So I'm sure my A1C will be up again when I see my endocrinologist, and I'm just going to be straight with her. I've eaten my feelings since the end of December. I have been eating my feelings for 8 weeks, for 2 months, and it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. I don't have any other words for it except it's just is what it is. Food is comforting for me, and I have turned to it. It is what it is. The only thing I do is just be cognizant of it and do better. And I told Rob the other day, I was like, okay, I'm done. Done. not doing, like, not following what I need to follow. I said, so starting Monday, we're gonna get back. I'm gonna get back on some semblance of low carb, at least, maybe not keto, but definitely low carb. But it's not going to be my focus. My focus is just going to be keeping my mental health stable as possible before we go into this more testing and just fact-finding mission. I don't know what else to call it than that, but that's it. I don't know what else to say to you guys, except thank you for being so patient. There's UPS with my new pants. That is something. That's a non-scale victory. So I've been in 24s for a while. I really needed 23s, but of course they don't make that size. And finally I was able to order some 22s from Old Navy. So I hope they fit better than these 24s do, because yesterday I was wearing them and I had my purse on one arm and I was holding up my pants with the other. It's like, they're gonna fall on the ground. I'm gonna have pants on the ground, looking like a fool with pants on the ground. So that is a non-scale victory. The last time I weighed, I was at 349. So I've been kind of hovering, I think I told you guys, between 345 and 355, that same 10 pounds over and over and over. So hopefully my goal, if I can keep my head above water, I would really like to be under like 330, 325 by the time we get to like July or August. It would be really cool to finally get under 300 this year. But I'm not going to stress out if I don't. One thing at a time. Sweet Jesus, one thing at a time. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. Everyone that reaches out, everyone that comments, I read them all. Like I said, it's been a struggle, and I am trying to put one foot in front of the other. I mentioned in my last video, I just felt like I couldn't do this. I still feel like I can't do this, but I'm more determined to make sure that I get the care that I deserve, the answers that I deserve. And if I have to end up fighting for that, then I'll fight tooth and nail, because it's what I do. I just can't give up. I'm not the type of person to just give up. So we'll see what happens. But I love you guys. I will try to check in a little bit more often. Again, I don't see her until March the 8th. And then I have to go get my driver's license on March the 9th. I tried to do it last week. And apparently the state of Texas has now said that you are required to make an appointment. Does it say that anywhere on the license renewal paperwork? No. And there are about 6 of us got turned away from the DMV. And it's like, why don't they put that on the paperwork for your renewal, that you have to make an appointment? And I have to go because I need my real ID for 2023. So, and it expires in April of this year, but it's like I need it because of the real ID. So I have to go and do it in person, and it's a whole hoopity-boo. But yeah, so that'll be incoming. So if you're in Texas and you are due for an in-person renewal, call your local DMV and make an appointment. So yeah, anyway, love you guys. I'm rambling at this point. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye for now.